just one of those days when nothing you try work or?
Well, I think obviously I didn't start either of the sets well, and that obviously makes things difficult against the best players. I mean, Novak, didn't give me any free points at the beginning of either of the sets, and I made a few too many errors early on, and then in the end of both sets, the middle of both sets, I started to play a bit better, made it tougher, and was able to push him a bit, but not enough at the beginning of the sets to make it challenging enough for him.
Is there any reason why you weren't able to come out of the blocks quickly in those first two sets? Was it just Novak, or were you feeling sluggish?
No, I wasn't feeling sluggish. I thought, he didn't make any errors. I didn't serve so well today. I mean, compared with how I'd served for the rest of the tournament, I mean, I'd served, I think, in the mid-60 percentage-wise, and today I was around about 50%. And then the first set, I would get no free points on my first serve, and that would have been the difference between the matches that I've played so far at this tournament and today, is that I didn't serve as well.
Is it tougher to serve against him knowing how good a returner he is? Does it put sort of extra thoughts in your mind while you're going through your serving?
No, I mean, I tried to go for a few more serves today, and to try and get a few more free points, but serving 50% or just below is not good enough against the best players. You obviously need to serve better. I thought I actually hit my second serve better than I did in Australia today, but first serve percentage was too low.
You and Noah practically grew up together on the tour and been friends for a long time. Is there anything that still surprises you about him, his leadership or his game?
No, I mean, I would say that when I play against him, you obviously know what to expect. I mean, he's extremely consistent these days. He very rarely plays poor matches. I mean, one or two a year, whereas maybe a couple of years ago it might have been a few more. But now that's very rare for him. But no, I mean, I think it's a positive for him, is that he is just extremely consistent, so there isn't necessarily surprises when you play against him. You know exactly what to expect. He doesn't have those maybe dips that he had earlier in his career.
How frustrating was it getting during the match in an effort to try and stay with him, and maybe just not working out?
Well, no, it wasn't. I mean, I wasn't getting as frustrated as I have in some matches. When I look back at the match, the frustrating thing is obviously getting off to a bad start in both of them, and it wasn't like, like in the second set, I had a bit of a chance in that middle part. There, a couple of 8 points, and he hit two serves pretty much onto the line to get himself out of it. And then that was it. But no, I mean, looking back, obviously started both sets not well enough, and that's something that I would have liked to have done better.
And you talked about things you need to do better against the top guys in terms of server, everything else. Do you still feel there's a gap there? I mean, you've gotten up to number 4 in the rankings, but you haven't had a win in over a year over one of the 3 guys ahead of you.
I felt, for me in Australia, I felt like I was extremely close. I didn't feel like the difference was necessarily in the level of the tennis. I didn't feel like there was a difference. Obviously, for me, my consistency over the last couple of years is something that hasn't been as good as I would have liked, whereas the guys ahead of me have been much better, especially in the Masters Series events, which earlier in my career I was better. I played better in these events. So that's something I need to try to do a little bit better when I come up against them in these tournaments. That's for sure. But yeah, I felt like this week I was playing a high level of tennis. Just today didn't start as well as I would have liked.
Is this a match you want to forget altogether right away, or do you think there's some things to take out of it?
No, there's things obviously you need to learn from the match and try to change. The things that maybe from my side of the net could have gone better. Pretty much every match that you play, that there's something that you can learn or take away from it. So I'll try to do that before Miami.
Andy, this is your first Masters semi-final in a while, but even with Lendl, you only made, I think, 3 Masters semi-finals. Did you feel like you kind of had to almost sacrifice these events and focus on when you were trying to get the sun?
I didn't necessarily feel like I was sacrificing them, but earlier in my career I won a number of Masters series, and I'd come in and the first question I would get asked is, why have you not won a slam? So it's kind of, like I said, because of the guys that are ahead of me just now, and I'm competing with, their consistency is pretty much unheard of. Very few players ever have been able to do what they have. So unfortunately, I end up getting questioned about why I haven't done as well in the slams or haven't done as well in the Masters series. But a lot of the times I've lost against those guys, and it's tough, but it's a challenge that I enjoy. And this week I felt like I was playing really good tennis, and today I lost comfortably. So I know that there's still things that I'm going to need to improve and work on in the next few months before the French Open and Wimbledon.
And did you decided anything about the scheduling for with Amelie and Jonas coming up in terms of who will?
Well, it was all Jonas is going to hopefully come as soon as he's finished with the dancing show. I have no idea when that's going to be. It's whenever he's done with that.
Have you been watching him?
No, I haven't been watching at all.